Hello everyone, it's Al here, and I am bringing you a very exciting deck profile today, something I've been working on for quite a long time, and now with the release of Photon Hypernova, or its pre-release that is, I can show you the new Ninja support and how it functions with the deck in question. Ninja has been a deck I've played ever since I was very young, and it's a very sort of control-based strategy, but it can also pull OTKs out of nowhere, and it has some very interesting and unique disruptions going for it. So let me just cut to the chase and get into the deck profile for everyone. Alright, so we're going to start off with a brand new imported from the OCG Green Ninja. This card is incredible because if a monster is special summoned to your field face up, you can target that monster that was special summon it from your hand, and then you flip that monster face down. And if it's sent from the field or if it's sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can target any monster on the field and flip it face up or face down. That's your field, that's your opponent's field, meaning it can work both as an extender, a disruptor, and it can trigger your flip effects as well, which is really good. And there are just so many niche things this deck can do. I can't wait to just try and explain. And then we've got 3 copies of Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. This card was way ahead of its time. It came out in Order of Chaos many years ago. Must have been about 12 years ago now. On normal summon, you can add a Ninjutsu art card from your deck to your hand, which already is incredible. And if it's flip or special summoned, you can add any ninja monster from your deck to your hand except himself. So you can combine this with cards like Tobari. It will miss timing on cards like Mazen, because Mazen always has to activate in response to your opponent's card effects. So you have to bear that in mind. Hanzo can miss the timing, but 9 times out of 10 you are going to be able to search off of his effects, and he's mandatory to play in the deck. Next we've got another incredible card, Mitsu the Insect Ninja. She can special summon herself from the hand if you have a face down monster or a ninja monster face up. And basically, if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target any face-down defense position monster you control, flip it face up, and then you flip her face down, and then you get to negate the effect. She's also got a really good 2100 defense, meaning that you can just play her face down, and it's more than likely, if your opponent's trying to run over thing with a low attack monster, you're not going to be able to do much. They're not going to be able to do much, sorry, and it's just going to be really good. It's a fantastic card, and again, the level does come in. A good thing about the new insect support as well is that they all have different types. Types and attributes, meaning you can play around floodgates quite easily. Next we have this incredible card. I still can't believe it was printed as a common. It's getting a super rare upgrade in the new OTS, which is good. So Tobari the Sky Ninja is an incredible card. It's an Earthwing Beast which can't be destroyed by battle or card effects the turn it is special summoned or flip face up, which is incredible. And you can basically discard it you can send it from your hand to the graveyard to special summon any ninja from your hand in face up or face down defense position, basically turning all of your ninjas into, free extenders. As well as, during your opponent's main or battle phase, you can fusion summon a ninja using any monsters from your hand or field as material as a quick effect. So this can tag into your fusions, which I'll explain more about. It's incredible. Now, I'm going to talk about the cards that you can play any copies between 3 and 2 and 1 of. The first being Kageru the Cannon Ninja. I've opted for 3 because it's a card that, although you don't want to see all the time, it's really nice to have in your hand as discard fodder as well, if you want to revive it with something or anything like that. But it's perfectly acceptable to play as 2. I will be experimenting with 3 and 2. Basically, if it's normal summon, special summon, or flip face up, you can special summon any ninja monster from your hand or grave in face down defense position. And also, if your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a ninja card or a face down defense position monster you control while it's in your graveyard, you can basically special summon her by bouncing the monster that was targeted back to the hand as a quick effect, meaning that you can, if she's in the graveyard, you can help your ninja monsters sort of dodge targeting effects, which is incredible. We've then got Tubaku the Beast Ninja. It's an extender if it's added from your deck to your hand, except by drawing. You can special summon it, and if it's special summon or flip face up, you can target any ninja or ninjutsu art card from your graveyard or face up spell trap zone, except Baku, and return it to the hand. Very useful indeed. 1 copy of Upstart Golden Ninja. This is one card that you could play or you couldn't, because it's very situational. You do need a trap in hand that you want to discard to special summon off of it, but occasionally it's the only options you do play, and the amount of traps you're running is very high. And it's also a very good way to get your combo started if you don't have it, but it's perfectly, you're able to cut it if you want, but again, it's not mandatory because it does have quite a steep cost. One copy of the brand new Geo, the Gravity Ninja. This card is bonkers. So you have cards like Mason, which can special summon ninjas from your deck, and Geo says if normal or special summoned or flip face up, you can target up to 2 face up monsters on the field, flip them face down, as well as the fact that monsters that were opponents' monsters that were flipped face down by this can't change their battle position, and if any monster on the field is flip face up while Geo the Gravity Ninja's on the field, you can pop a card on the field. This card is incredible, it's crazy, and you can trigger it multiple ways during your opponent's turn. We're playing one copy of Twilight Ninja Getsuga the Shogun. It's a double monster reborn. If you change it to defense position, it's incredible. You can tribute summon it by tributing a ninja. There's a combo, which if I've got enough time in the video, I'd like to show you, where you can make the most out of this card. Now, I thought I may as well show you some disruptions. We have 6 slots for disruption in at the moment, but if you cut down on Kagero and Baku, you can add more disruption. We've got, well, we're just showing off the brand new Bestial Bulldrake. Might be a good time to explain this card now. So, Bestial Bulldrake works the same way as all the other Bestials, bar Lubellion, which we've had before. However, if it's on the field and your opponent special summons a Ritual Fusion, Synchro Xyz, and or Link, except during the damage step, you contribute any other light or dark monster you control, then target one of those special summon monsters and banish it. Now, this can be very useful in combination with a Yagoromaru or a Mason that you've already used on the field and you have no other use for, as well as some other cards from your extra deck or main deck that might be useful, like a Dead Hanzo or something along those lines. It's not optimal. You can play any form of disruption. We've also got 3 copies of Imperm in the disruption slot as well, which is very useful because it's a trap. It's just going to be very handy in the upcoming format, and you can, if you need to, you can pitch it off of Golden Ninja, which is really good. Now on to the rest of the deck, which are all Ninjutsu art cards. Would you believe it? So we've got Free Notebook. This basically works as another copy of Saizo. You can once per turn, send any ninja from your hand to the graveyard, then set a ninjutsu spell trap from your deck. So this, if you have to set a ninja face down, you can pitch Green Ninja from your hand to set a ninjutsu art, and then immediately be able to flip the ninja monster you just set face up, meaning you can get additional advantage, which is really good. We're on 2 copies of Ninjutsu Art Notebook of Mystery. This card is incredible. It's a quick play spell, but it only works if your opponent controls a card, much like the Bestial's quick effect. You can set exactly 1 ninja or ninjutsu art from your graveyard and another ninja or ninjutsu art from your deck. However, you must only have choose 1 from each location. And if the set card on the field is sent to the graveyard, you can target any face-up monster on the field and flip it face down, which is really good. It really helps disrupt things, and it's just incredible. For draw power, we've got 1 Art of Alchemy. If you draw something like an unplayable hand with like no extenders, just a monster, you can help dig through your deck with this, with Notebook. So Alchemy basically blows up all ninjutsu art cards on your field and lets you draw 2, which is great. Underrated card, which you could probably side more copies in of going second, is Iron Digger. So it boosts your equipped monster by 500 attack, and it becomes treated as a ninja. So once per turn, you can banish a ninja from your grave to target any card on the field and destroy it. And if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target any of your banished ninja monsters, and you can either add it to your hand or special summon it face down. So you can link this off, you can just do a load of stuff, and it helps you recur resources and just keep the game going. 1 copy of Rota, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now this card is bonkers. it's incredible. Obviously, if your opponent has back row removal to their at their disposal, then you might want to try and hold off on using this. But you can tribute any ninja and special summon any number of ninjas from your deck in face up or attack position or face down defense position with combined levels that are less than or equal to the level of the tributed monster. Meaning that if you tribute, say, Mazen, you can get a Mitsu, a Tabari, and like a Kagero out of your deck. If you tribute a Geo or a Getsuga, you can get a load of other like stuff that equals level 8, and then you can use all of their quick effects. You can do negate with Mitsu, you can flip face down with green, you can pop a card with Geo or something along those lines. It's just fantastic. And Aunt of Dancing Leaves is incredible because it says you can target any ninja monster or any face down defense position monster on the field and tribute it, and then you can special summon any ninja from your deck. And if it leaves the field, that monster's sent to the graveyard. So both of these have the same thing. If they leave the field, you destroy the monsters that were summoned by them. However, the majority of the time you're fusing off with the monsters that they summon, so you don't need to worry about that too much. And Dancing Leaves also has another very interesting secondary effect where you can target a ninjutsu art continuous spell in your spell and trap card zone and bounce it to the hand, meaning that you can potentially reuse ones that have just stayed on the field after you've fused off or done other stuff with, which is really good. Another card for siding in is the brand new card Tenchi Kaime. This is an OCK machine, so if you have access to this, so it's always treated as a ninjutsu art, and if a ninja monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can pop a card your opponent controls. And that's not once per turn, so for every attack you get a pop. And if it leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, and it's in the graveyard or banished, you can target any number of your ninja monsters with different names in your graveyard and special summon them face down, which is really good for going second. Now onto the extra deck. So, brand new, 3 copies of your Gurumaru. You can play 2, but I like the 3rd because if you go into the grind game, you want as many of these to fuse into as possible. Simply put, if it fuses by contact fuse ninjas with different types, much like Mazen, and if it's special summoned or flip face up, you can banish another ninja from your hand or grave or field, and then target any card on the field and banish it. So, ridiculously good disruption. This card is incredible. We're on 2 copies of Mazen. Another incredible card to start off with going first. You can use its effect in response to your opponent activating effect to special summon any ninja from your deck, and you can summon the new Gravity Ninja, which will flip a card face down. You can do a lot of other things with it. Not to mention is that this card, while it's on the field, all of your ninjas can attack directly, which in combination with the field spell, the new field spell, means that you're attacking directly and you're clearing all of your opponent's cards. And another thing is that if you control a face down defense position monster, your opponent's monsters cannot attack Mazen, which is just, yeah, it's incredible. We're running 1 copy of Blade Armor Ninja. This card can let any of your ninja monsters attack twice. Again, really important for pushing through damage. We've got some generic monsters here, some generic rank 4s, Abyss Dweller and Baguska, really important for the format. 2 copies of Ninja Grandmaster Saizo. This card in combination with Mazen gives you a little soft block, so it can't be targeted for an attack while it points to a monster. Not to mention is that on the field you can literally just set any ninjutsu art from your deck. It's still an incredibly powerful card. Unfortunately, the rest of the support that came from Shadows of Valhalla weren't fantastic, but Saizo is still a staple card. And then for some generics, we have a copy of Appaloosa, we have Zeroboros, IP and Nightmare Unicorn, and we also have access code Talker to round everything off. So yeah guys, that's been the Ninja deck profile for you with the brand new support. I hope I've explained things to you in an easy to understand way, and if anyone else has really interesting versions of the deck list that you've been able to come across, please let me know. it's a deck that's very near and dear to my heart, and hopefully with all of these new cards we can hopefully get some wins under our belt. Anyway, that's been Al, and I will see you guys in the next video, where hopefully we'll have something to do with the new Spring Gun support for you. So catch you later.